Can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel in partnership with sharpbetting.co.uk. This is a betting tip show for one of the big heavyweight fights taking place this Saturday, February 22nd in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, between Zhilei, Zhang and Agit Kabayel. Owen, good to be joined by you as always. Good to be joined by you for another betting tip show as well. It's another tricky fight to predict. It's another fight that some people may be swerving when it comes to betting tip shows or betting at all, but not us. We're here to compare opinions and compare tips. I'll hand things over to you now. What is your betting tip for this fight, please?
So my betting tip for this fight, I think like we said off camera, this could be a fight of two halves. You know, if anyone's watched Zhilei Zhang, they know how he fights. And I think if Zhang doesn't manage to get him out of there in the first half of the fight, I think Kabayel points is a good price. It's 12-5. So it's just under 3-1 again. Um, I just think if Zhang doesn't get him out of there, we've seen his gas tank issues. If Zhang comes in heavy to try and stop him early, I think Kabayel could just, if he doesn't manage to actually get a dent in him, even through sort of 7, 8, 9, 10, I think the latter half of the fight, Kabayel will have done more than enough to secure a points victory. So for me, Kabayel 12-5 on points is a big price.
Yeah, fantastic. I think it's there's a few selections to pick up for this one. Kabayel, the slight favourite, at 8-13. When this fight was announced, Zhang was the favourite, but things have changed, which is really interesting. This fight was announced back in early December. Um, I'm going to give my tip, and I do actually want a little prediction from you, Owen, as well, if that's okay, because I'm really interested. My tip, I'm going for Zhang. I think Zhang for me is definitely a top five heavyweight, someone who's got scary power, someone who's deceptively quick. And I think some of us have touched on this within the group. Kabayel's possibly not been hit flush by a
Mhm.
massive puncher. He took apart Makhmudov, who's a big puncher. Um, but I just think if Zhang can hit him with the sort of shot that he knocked out Joe Joyce with, sort of shot he knocked out Deontay Wilder with, what happens? So I'm going for Zhang to win this fight in rounds 5-8 with a price of 5-1. Um, Decent odds there as well.
Mhm.
There's other odds I've been playing with, but that's the one. That's the one I've gone for. I think in typical heavyweight fashion, the first couple of rounds could be a bit tentative, and then I do think Zhang needs to win this fight inside 7 or 8 rounds because I don't think he's kind of got the gas tank that other heavyweights do in the championship rounds. But we'll see. It's a fantastic fight. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen here, Owen? Who you actually kind of going for when it comes to a prediction?
Um, I think it's a really tough one. I think, like we've said, I think most people that have watched Yang agree that he needs to get him out early.
Mm,
Or Cabial will get away with it on points. I've toyed and I've toyed, and I've literally tossing up between Cabial points and Zhang stoppage, but I think Zhang might just get the job done. Um, it's such a hard, as I said to you off camera, this is the one fight on the card where trying to make my mind up it is so difficult. But I just think when you look at Kabial's knockout of Makhmudov, that's aging like milk because Makhmudov got chinned by Vianello last time out. So I think that is aging terribly. Frank Sanchez supposedly 32, definitely about 50. Obviously, he's knocked him out. So when you actually look through Cabial's record, I think there's a lot of holes in it.
yeah.
I think he hasn't really been punched yet at all. And, we've seen, I think, like you said, Zhang deceptively quick, massive power. What he done to Joe Joyce was unbelievable. So I think, yeah, I think Zhang might just get the job done. Um, it's really difficult. I think I'll have to play devil's advocate, and if I will be having a bet, so I'll probably do two accumulators, and I'll probably have Cabial points in one, and Zhang stoppage in the other. But I think if I had to choose one, I think I'd definitely be edging towards Zhang.
Yeah.
Sort of round 5, round 6.
Yeah, look, it's a really tough one. As I've said, I think you'll have some people possibly giving this one a swerve when it comes to an accumulator, but we'll see. Our partners Sharp betting, they've released a poll that's still being updated, so it might have changed from now, but it's a poll of they've asked a lot of people who they think is going to win each of the 7 fights this weekend, and they're posting the results, and the results get updated regularly. At the moment, 65% of people think Agit Kabayel is going to win, and 35% of people think that Zhilei Zhang is going to win. A lot of people see this as a 50-50 fight, but this maybe doesn't suggest that, Owen. Why? I just want to ask you why you think those results are there. Is it because Zhang's kind of Zhang's 41 now, Zhang's gas tank? Are people getting a bit carried away with what Caballel's done? Are they not? Um, Zhang obviously a couple of fights ago lost to Joseph Parker, whereas Caballel was still undefeated. Why do you why obviously you've got all sorts of people voting in this, whether it's kind of boxing hardcores, boxing casuals, but why do you think so many people think Caballel's going to win this fight?
I think for me, it's obviously the brilliant thing about these cards is they reach out to the boxing casuals, the people who won't watch a York Hall show on a Friday night, or a Channel 5 show. They watch the big ones like this. So I think people will be seeing the knockouts of Makhmudov and the knockouts of Frank Sanchez. Um, that can sway people's minds. I think the Parker loss, obviously to Zhang, might be playing on people's minds as well. It's really difficult for me. I can't believe it's so one-sided. I can't believe, to be honest, the sway in the bookies odds with Kabayel being the odds-on favourite now. I honestly think people are looking into age of Zhang. Obviously with Kabayel being significantly younger, Kabayel on a bit of a knockout streak. And I think that's definitely played a part in it. And I think if we were to go off the poll, I think Zhang's being massively overlooked, and I think that's a dangerous game for anyone to overlook Zhang.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and it'll be interesting to see, look, when it comes to Friday night, Saturday morning, what the odds look like. Do they push more in the favor of Zhang being the underdog? And if they are, I'll be there, and I've got a feeling you will be as well. Owen, good to be joined by you as always. Really, really enjoy making these videos with you. I will speak to you again very, very soon.
Pleasure as always, mate.